We're here at Valley House Gallery, where on April 25th, we're going to have a reception for Allison Gildersleeve's first exhibition in Dallas. We're very excited about her work. She's from Brooklyn. It's her first time to exhibit in Texas. The title is Closer Than They Appear. So Allison,
Thank you,
welcome
Cheryl.
to Texas.
Thank you, it's wonderful to be here.
And we're in a room that's filled with paintings that reflect landscape, but not entirely.
Yeah.
Tell us about landscape and what you mean to project with these paintings, how the land has been a part of your life. You're living in Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Are you longing for?
I do. I live in Brooklyn now, but I'm from New England, and I'm not really a city person. So I'm living in this city, very urban environment. And my family has a long history in New England, and I spend as much time as I can visiting my mom, going up to Connecticut where they are, and also Vermont. And so the landscape is really important to me. I grew up being outside all the time. The outside was our rooms, that was our interiors, and that's where we played. And that's all my coming of age was in these type of environments, and the thickets and the woods outside. You know, I could see from my bedroom window the lawn and then the sort of darkness and the light going through those woods. So the landscape is really important as my subject, and that's where I start when I make these paintings. But they're also really about a consciousness and a process of thinking and how I can show that in the paint. So while the landscape is the subject, the verb is kind of the images that go through your head while you're looking at something, and how that changes and alters what you're actually seeing. That's why this, you know, I want them to always be right on that balance in between abstraction and representation. So you see what it is, and then it falls apart and becomes something else entirely, and then hopefully it will flicker back and forth. The painting starts to give me a space that I want to be in, and that's what I want, is an abstraction that's not a surface and not a scrim, like a space, an abstraction that you can actually walk in, and a language that you can walk into, that's really, ideally, only made of paint, that can't exist anywhere else except for in that painting.
These exist in your mind. They're not plein air paintings.
They're not plein air paintings, and they're based on the sort of vocabulary of the New England landscape, but they're no one place, they're no certain corner or certain space, because they change so much as I'm making them. I take a lot of photographs when I'm, you know, in New England, and I've taken those over the years, so I've got this archive of photographs. So I sort of skim through those sometimes and go, oh, I want something out of this, and I want something out of that. And then something happens in the drawings, and it's very organic how they sort of come together. So the landscape became almost like a scaffold that I could build these spaces out of. And I was also really interested in having space in abstraction, because abstraction often reads as a flat surface. Exactly. And so I wanted I use almost the trope, the obvious of a road or a path. So there's this two-point perspective, and then I'm trying to contradict that with all this pattern and stuff that you can't get through. And so I like that sort of pull between the road that's pulling you forward and all the pattern and stuff on the periphery.